This is the editing commands tutorial. It shows you how to edit the commands in the report writer. Remember, all the commands in the report writer are surrounded by blue chevrons. For example, the first line, sample company, has a little blue chevron before it and a little blue chevron after it. Every command in the report writer has those chevrons. If you turn the report writer navigator on by selecting the Show Navigator bar at the left, you'll notice there's a Navigator Find Commands option dialog. If you select the Next button, you'll notice that the cursor will jump to the first command. You'll also notice that the Edit Command options appear. It shows you what that link is, as well as showing you what the format is. There's a number of defaults. You can select Same as Excel, which is the default, or change the format. Changing the format is more useful for numbers than it is for text. For example, if you had a number and you wanted to move it from 2 decimals to no decimals, you could change the format. Another really useful feature of Edit Commands is the ability to find where a link is coming from in the program. So if you go to the Find Link button, it'll take you back to the analysis file or a workbooks file if it's linked to that and show you exactly where it's linked. Remember, most of the links in the report writer for text and numbers are coming from the report writer links page in the analysis file. This is showing you that the sample company is linked at the top. The reason this is done is this way you can make changes to the individual worksheets and the links will always be correct. In other words, you could add columns and rows to the sheet where sample company appears, and since Excel keeps track of all the links, this will correctly represent where the sample company cell is. If we link directly to the cell where sample company was, if you added rows or columns, that direct link would be broken and it would no longer work. This makes it so you can edit the spreadsheets and all the report writer links are maintained. One note of caution here. The only links that aren't indirect, in other words on the report writer links page, are the ranges. The ranges are linked directly to the schedules themselves. So if you add rows or columns to a page that has a range include in your report, you may have to adjust the range in the report. When you make a change to the edit commands, you must select the apply button to apply it. You can also delete the command by selecting the delete button. You can also delete any command by highlighting it from before the first chevron to after the last chevron and selecting the delete key. One of the things you may want to do is change where a command is pointing to. This command is pointing to report writer B3. To change it, select the Find Command button. Change it. We'll just pick another cell. Select Copy Cell. Select the Report tab again, and select Paste Cell. Notice, the cell now changes to the cell that you had selected in the analysis file. Select the Apply button, and you'll notice the command text changes to the new cell. This makes it very easy to change where the cell is pointing to. You can use the Next button to find commands. You can go forwards and backwards. You can go to the end of the list or you can go to the beginning of the list. If you know where the command is that you want to change, you can find it, put the cursor in the command, and select the middle button on the command search, and you'll notice the edit command cell will be updated to reflect the cell where the cursor is located. From here you can change the format, or find out where it's located, or change where it's pointing to. This is the end of the Edit Commands tutorial.